Buffs Nation, what is going on? I'm back here still finishing up work. I will have to pause for a moment to send an email once I get this particular asset sent to me. It's just going to be a copy paste. It'll only take a minute. But I want to get on here, talk with the fellas. I'd throw on the CU beanies since I'm not feeling 100% right now. And this is going to be fun. Y'all let me know who's watching. Are you pumped for the game tonight? We're less than 3.5 hours away. This this is the time for the Buffs to get a win. Thank you to all who came in earlier this morning when I was on my live. And Legends in here, man, what's up? I'm going to start this with a really fun thing. Shout out to my friend on Instagram. I got time today. She's awesome. She's always posting about the Buffs. But anyway, she let me know that we have this going on. A vote for Travis for the Paul Hornung Award. You can vote every 24 hours. So I voted yesterday. So now it's time for you guys to see my vote for today. And you vote for your favorite player. This is from the Louisville Sports Commission, presented by Texas Roadhouse. Remember, a national selection committee comprised of 17 journalists and former NFL stars votes for the Hornung Award winner. A national selection committee comprised of 17 sports journalists and former NFL stars votes for the Hornung winner, with your vote comprising of the 18th vote. So this is a big deal, guys. We got to get Travis that 18th vote now. Come on. This is a big deal. So we got the finalists here. Cameron Scadaboot from Arizona State. Sion Vaki, probably mispronounced that, from Utah. So here I'm just going to go. Links in the description to this, by the way, on my video. So you can find it there. Y'all go in. I mean, we got some ground to make up. What the heck? We were up earlier today. But, man, it looks like Travis has fallen behind about 1,000 votes or so. So, man, we got to get that going, man. We got to get that going. And then the Paul Hornung Award. I'm not sure exactly what it's for, to be honest. You think they would? 3 dynamic Pac-12. Is it just like Pac-12 Player of the Year? Is that what it is? Most versatile player in major college football. And there's other people that they thought could even be listed in the same list as Travis Hunter. No shots, but I'm taking a shot. I mean, let's just be real. Definitely the most versatile. I mean, look at his season stats so far. 522 yards all purpose, 45 receptions, 532 yards, 3 touchdowns. Y'all go and vote. Y'all go and vote. Y'all let me know when you vote. 3 receiving touchdowns, defensive stats. 26 tackles. Amazing. 1 tackle for loss, 3 interceptions, 4 pass breakups. Average snaps per game. I mean, this is the insane one. 126. He played 166 snaps against Stanford now. So come on, let's do Travis a favor. He deserves this. He should absolutely win this, and he absolutely deserves to win the 18th vote. No doubt. No doubt. So let's make sure we get him the Hornung Award. Most versatile player. So with that being said, what's up, y'all? Let me know your thoughts on the game tonight. I'm very excited. I'll just take questions, see what y'all think about all this. Get on here and talk with the fellas for a little bit. So again, Legend LX, good to see you, man. One of my day ones. Guys, I started this channel last February when it was around the time I was taking a job interview and I was trimming my beard, and I should have had the guard on, but I didn't, and I just cut off a whole patch of it. So then I had to shave my whole face. Guys, I hate shaving my face. But I started this channel with a clean face, and that ain't ever going to happen again. I hated it. So thank y'all for whoever has stuck with me through my, those days. I appreciate it. Man, I'm pumped too. Like, let's go. Let's get this win, baby. Buffs Nation, MB in the house. Let's go. You having a watch party? I don't think I am, just because I'm feeling sick today, boykins. But we'll see how I'm feeling after the game. Like, y'all don't know this, but like doing the live watch alongs is it's a lot of fun, but it is just exhausting. When I was doing those earlier this year, man, like I would basically sleep the whole day on Sunday because I'd be doing the pregame, I'd be doing the whole stream throughout the game, and then I'd do the post game, and it just takes a lot out of you. Like I enjoy doing it, but to protect myself a little bit, I just got to be very careful on when I decide to do that, because I don't want to get burnt out doing this. Y'all know that I'm putting out a ton of content for you guys, and I only do it when I'm having fun. And the greatest thing is that like 99% of the time, I'm having fun. So we'll see how I'm feeling though. If we get a win, I imagine, you know me, I ride the emotional roller coaster. So I'll probably hop on. Alexis Grant coming in here with some interesting news. Did you see Danny O'Neil took Colorado out of his bio? No, I didn't, but that is not a surprise at all. And it's not a big deal to me because he's very tied in with Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis had already been recruiting him at Kent State. And with Sean Lewis, Bill Boyle on the move, I expected Talon Chandler, even though he hasn't decommitted yet. So I hope that we can still keep him. But you saw he got that crystal ball to Mizzou. But I expected Danny O'Neil to probably move on to somewhere else. Again, we got Antoine Hill right now committed to us, that I definitely do feel good about. But I do want us in the portal to go after another quality backup next year. We were screwed, and we are screwed still if Shador ever goes down this year. I want to continue to get some more quarterback talent in here. It would be amazing if Antoine Hill could have reclassified, but that seems like I don't know. Maybe he can. Maybe he can by the fall. That would be really cool if he can do that. But not a surprise. Best of luck wherever he goes. And if he still decides to come here, that's wonderful. But it's just something, again, when your main recruiter is going somewhere else, things change. Run the Table Sports TV. Let's go, SCO Buffs. Absolutely. SCO Buffs, I'm feeling great today. We're going to have good weather out there in Pullman, which is really uncommon for this type of or time of year out in Pullman. So, man, I'm feeling good about it. Buffs win. By the way, guys, I used one of my $50 free bets on ESPN Bets today. I hit it. My Abilene Christian Wildcats came back from 10 at halftime. Decided I'd throw that $50 bonus bet on there. Plus 310 odds, baby. They won by 6, baby. Let's go. That was huge. So y'all go take advantage of that ESPN Bets. Really smart move on their part, and I like how they do things. Go Buff, Snoop the Menace. Hope they can get a win and get bowl eligible. Man, that would be phenomenal. Thank you so much. It's great to see Florida State Seminole fans hopping in here. I love it. And Snoop, I mean, you probably know this. Jameis Winston, man, one of my favorite college football players of all time. I do like Florida State, and happy to see that. I think I read this correctly, that Jameis is being enshrined in the Hall of Fame there, or Ring of Fame, whatever you guys call it. I love it. Jameis is an awesome guy, man. Absolutely love it. And hats off to the season you're having. Gonna make a strong college football playoff run. That is for sure. And man, keep it up. I've loved watching the Seminoles this year. I've watched a few games. Now, I would love for CU to get to the place to where it would be a really good matchup to play each other, eventually in the college football playoff. Wouldn't that be so cool? That would be must-see TV, right? I was hoping that, like, when we were starting out 3-0 or whatever, I was like, man, or maybe we can get to one of those New Year's Six bowl games. And if Florida State drops one or two, that would be an awesome matchup. But we've kind of gone opposite trajectories right now. But this is the time where we find our momentum. We end the season on a high note. That's exactly what we need to be doing. This is the opportunity where we go in there. We got to be aggressive. This team is on a 6-game losing streak. Whoever's the more mentally tough team is going to win this. We got to make these guys believe they can't beat us. Early. Let's come out how we did against Stanford in that first half, and then play that same way in the second half. Play that complete game. All right. Man, I appreciate the kind words. Again, man, this has just been so much fun, and I never thought that I would have so much fun getting on here and talking with a bunch of people that I don't see their faces. Like it's pretty cool. And this type of format is what I really enjoy. Just getting on here talking with people. Um, a lot of the traditional media doesn't do that, whether they feel above it or they don't have time for it. Um, I love doing this, and you guys are what makes this all special. Two-way players. Thank y'all for pointing this out. Yeah, we can vote every 24 hours. So I'll try and retweet that every day. My memory sucks, so we'll see how that plays out. But if I see it on Twitter, I'll always retweet it. Mitch B, this is literally the last straw. The whole movement ends if we lose. Nah, man. This whole thing ain't. I'm not moving on, man. The movement's continuing here with the David Talks buffs. Absolutely. Hey, randomly, want to make sure I give a shout out to one of my good friends I've met on this movement. Rawhide Media for you. We had another 3-hour phone conversation last night. That's probably why I'm feeling sick today. I stayed up past my bedtime talking with Rawhide. We were just cracking each other up, telling stories, whatever. And today's his birthday. So wish Rawhide a happy birthday. I'm confident we'll win this game. I got money on it. Yeah, I got one of my ESPN bonus bets on it as well, man. I love it. What's up, Tremaine? Good to see you. Always consistent in here. Yeah, y'all let me know if you got any questions. I'll try and get through here. Um, really quick. I do need to send an email for work. I've been like waiting on this asset to send. Um, so yeah, this looks sick. So I might just need to copy and paste it here and send it. Give me 1 second, y'all. But yeah, I would love to take some questions for y'all. So yeah, um, I'll try and scroll through here, and y'all send me a super chat of like $2. I think that's the minimum. Um, if y'all like want to ensure that I answer your question. But sorry, I have to take this as a contract worker. Sometimes you got to work at inconvenient times, other times convenient because I can come on here a lot. But yeah, haters, yes, sirski, yes, sirski, yes, sirski. Um, haters are welcome here too. Let's just be nice. Everybody's welcome to their opinion. And I think we probably converted some haters throughout the year. I bet we've done that. I support you, dog. I can smell a win tonight. Man, let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. I feel a win too. I want these boys to come out aggressive. I can't wait to see what new wrinkles Pat Shermer has for us because this is an offensive coordinator. This is a coach that actually makes adjustments. And I want to say, y'all, I want to say, so many of you guys were telling me for weeks, Sean Lewis ain't no good. He can't adjust, yada, 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 or is not adjusting because he's shown that he can adjust in the past. And really, my patience ran out after the UCLA game, uh, especially with Bill O'Boyle, too. But man, um, if Coach Prime listened to y'all, man, made that change, brought Pat Shermer in here, man, maybe a few weeks prior, maybe we're already bowl eligible. This team has been improving under him, and that's been great to see. And I'm very curious to see who comes in here as offensive coordinator. Let me know who you guys want, who your first option is. Perfect. And with that being said, I'm going to copy and paste, send this email out really quick. And surely I can tell you guys some sort of story. So, as I'm sending this, I'm going to let you guys know that growing up north of Chicago in northern Illinois, I grew up playing ice hockey. From a time I was real young, I would take skating lessons, hockey lessons, played hockey, with the in-house leagues and all that. And my mom's from Texas. She's from Abilene, Texas, where I've lived, where I did live in my 20s, and my mom got so sick of taking me to that ice rink for years that one year she just conveniently forgot to sign me up for hockey, and that was the end of that. Right before I was entering middle school, even though I really enjoyed playing hockey. And I'm wondering, like, if y'all are parents, have y'all ever said, like, you know what? Screw that as a parent. Like, I'm not going to sit out and have my kid play a certain sport because it's too boring or it's too cold out there. And my mom, she told me later on, she's like, David, um, I got to be honest with you. I totally knew what I was doing and I just couldn't take it anymore. And that's okay, mom. You made a selfish decision, but ultimately you were very selfless to me, and all that. And but I'm wondering, like, have y'all ever done that before with any other sports? Because um like the sport that I'm not going to have my kid play ever, y'all want to guess what it is? Well, I don't think my kid will be playing football. I don't think they're built for football. I'm kind of a skinny guy. It wouldn't make any sense. But baseball, man. I'm not going to be playing baseball. And the irony is that, my mom couldn't do the hockey, but growing up in the Midwest playing baseball, um, she was always out there having to having to sit out there in like the 30-degree weather, the 40-degree weather when we're starting baseball season, just absolutely miserable. There was snow on the ground half the year when I was starting. It was just never ideal, but it is what it is. And I want to know, like, as parents, are there just certain things where you're like, I don't even care if you're interested in this, like, it's not happening because it's just so boring or it's so miserable. And I think as a parent, you guys got a right to do that. All right. 1,500 to 2,000, 3,000 to 5,000, 2,000 to 3,000. Three graphics. Okay. Let's see here. Just checking one more thing, y'all. Thanks again for your patience. Now I'll be back with y'all here in just a minute, which is great. Um, all right. Gonna change this. Gonna edit this. No, I got it. I'm about to hit send. Attached is a menu. All right. Perfect. And guys, what are y'all eating tonight? Lexi just ordered Chick-fil-A for me. I love Chick-fil-A. I saw a notification on my phone. Isn't that just a nice surprise? I think that's just wonderful. But yeah, I'm going to get back to your questions now. Anything with the Buffs, and if there are sports you won't let your children play because it's so miserable to watch them. That sport's boring. No baseball for this family. Nope. Nope, not happening. Sorry, Coach Prime. Um, okay. I'm sending that. Okay, I'm done. I'm back, everybody. All right. Tremaine Young, thank you so much for the $10. That's very kind of you. And it's been great. I've been talking Buffs football with you since February. So thank you. Thank you. That means a lot.
Hi, Tremaine.
Lexi said hi. I don't know if you can hear her, but hey, David, at the end of the season, can you and Big Dog do a season recap? Discuss Colorado's strengths and weaknesses, players that excelled, players that did not, and how we can improve next season. I absolutely love this idea. Yes, yes, yes. Um, and I think that would be a great thing for me and Big Dog to do. So I'll definitely text him about that. And um, Rawhide and I have already talked about doing like a season end recap for like things we were right on, things we were wrong on type of thing. We did one mid-season or during the bye week on like so far things we've been right and wrong on, and that was really fun. So some of it was like expectations for certain players or units, all of that. So yes, we're definitely going to get a lot of breakdown, and I'm definitely going to want to collaborate with a lot of the different voices that you guys see on here and reach out to some more. There's some more that I've been needing to get in touch with, But we'll keep this show going, all throughout the season or the off season rather. There's going to be a lot to talk about, a lot to react to, and I love working with Big Dog. He's awesome. I love being able to pick his brain, like as a former player, get his insights on things. He's phenomenal. So thank you for your support, and wonderful to know that you're digging the content between us. That's what I think is so funny about all this. It's crazy, like I know people from all over the world now, through this. Danny's good. Danny's a good quarterback. He'll be good wherever he goes. And best of luck to him. I hope he still comes here though. Ron Williams, 150 yards on the ground, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care if we only rush it 17 times. We're going to be airing out that ball. This offense. That's what it is, regardless of what we wanted to see. That's exactly what's going to happen. I doubt we get to 20 runs, but hopefully we get that yardage. You know what I'm saying? 160 plus 160 money line. That's what I got as well. Let's go, Buffs. Antoine coming in here just voted. I love it. I love it. All right. Let's see what big play big plays spice vault. Ooh. If you know anything about Colorado, we could probably use some spice vaults up here. I think the game tonight will be won by Dominic and whatever other pass rushers want to show up. Oh my God, we need a pass rush. And my second guy, it's Arden Walker, baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's Arden Walker, baby. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go, Buffs. Absolutely. Hey, yeah, let's talk about FSU. Snoop, yes. See you. Yeah, you were in these shoes 4 years ago. Success isn't built overnight. Nope, 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 nope. I think with Coach Prime, with the transfers he's brought in here, we've been able to skip that first step of just getting absolutely freaking destroyed. That happened before we fired this coach, but usually what happens is there's not much change if you bring in a new coach and all that the first year. And we've been able to kind of skip that step. We've lost a lot of single digit games this year. I think we win a handful more of those close games next year. And then after that, man, the snowball just keeps going. But Coach Norvell's done a great job for you guys. And Keon Coleman, it's been awesome to watch him play. And as much as I would love Charles Lester to commit here, I still don't think it's very likely. And I look forward to watching him play. For the Seminoles, I think that's going to be really fun. I did like a whole reaction to his commitment, over the summer or whatever, and that was hilarious, and it was awesome, and it was a lot of fun seeing how much fun he was having with it. So, yeah, bright future for Coach Prime. It's so funny. Again, people who aren't following this thing or aren't fans, but are kind of like haters, they will say like, I was expecting a 4-win season for Colorado, but man, I didn't expect to be this disappointed. I'm like, man, like, what are you talking about, man? I was like, we've been in so many games. Really, UCLA wasn't close throughout most of the game in Oregon. And, outside of that, yes, have we left wins on the table? Absolutely. But in terms of entertainment, in terms about caring about this team, the games have been close. They've been competitive and entertaining, and that's really all that you can ask for. Did I pick this team to win 8 games? Yes, I did. That's because I didn't think there would be as many coaching game management mistakes, nor would I have assumed that we'd have the regression we have had on offense and the defensive line. I didn't expect the defense to really do too much this year, I guess, but I expected our offense to kind of overcome that, especially after the first couple weeks. It's unfortunate with what's happened, but there's always bumps. There's always ups and downs. And see you, man, we're going to get there. It would be amazing if we can finish strong. And I'm not going to be ashamed of a 5-win bowl berth. Oh, please, Lord, give us a bowl berth. Mitch B. I'm excited to see what Coach Sanders lays off and picks up after tonight. I don't know if that will happen tonight because we do got Utah next week. But yes, I'm excited to see the changes as well. I think overall, I was saying a couple weeks ago, I think there would be like 80% of the coaches staying here. I think now there's probably going to be a little bit less. Just my intuition. There's going to be a little bit less than that, but overall, I think we'll see a good amount of continuity with the players and coaches returning, and I can't wait to see again. Let's find that right match for the offense. Let's find that right match. Let's find a guy who can coach offensive line. I'm sorry, man. If there's one coach here that's been an incredible disappointment, it's been Bill Boyle. Hey, absolutely, Ron Williams. I appreciate that. Appreciate you, Tremaine. True fans stay. Absolutely. All right. Let's see what else you got here. I got some money on the game tonight through prize picks. Hopefully, they don't let me down so I can win my $240. Man, let's go. Let's go. We all need a new stimulus check, Lord. Come on. Come on. And does God help us win football games? I guess we'll find out tonight. Guess we'll find out tonight. I mean, I tried the whole thing, man, when Kirk Franklin was here a few weeks ago. I was like, please anoint the offensive line with, that anointing oil, pray over them, all that. But maybe we needed to anoint Bill O'Boyle. Maybe that's what it needed to be. All right. Jesse James, a team that needs to be a Washington State team to celebrate is pathetic. Dude, what's going on with you, man? To where you just can't enjoy wins, man? What's going on? What's good? Come on, hop on the bandwagon. Let's enjoy this. And yeah, does it have to do with the fact that we've been a losing fan base for forever and ever, pretty much? Yeah, no doubt. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying competitive, but you never apologize for wins. You always enjoy this. I remember, man, when I went on to Big Dog's post game after the Arizona um, shoot after the Arizona State game, people were so pissed about it's like they couldn't even enjoy the win. But I'm like, guys, like you can't apologize for wins, man. You got to enjoy them. At the end of the day, for the most part, even if you made a ton of bad plays, if you end up winning, it's usually because you made one more good play than the other team, and you got to celebrate that. You got to celebrate that. I mean, regardless of the expectations of CSU coming in here to play us, that game was an instant classic. That's going to be played on ESPN Classic, and I'm going to really enjoy watching that game on replay. This season had me so hyped up. I was going back and watching all the old school games, on YouTube, the old Orange Bowl, the 1989 Orange Bowl, the 1990 Orange Bowl, the Miracle at Michigan or whatever they call that, that game, the Nebraska 2001 matchup, the 61-23 or whatever it was. I can't remember the score, but y'all know what it was. It was on my birthday, November 23rd, Thanksgiving coming up, all that stuff was awesome. And there's going to be a lot of games that I enjoy from this year, going back and watching back, as a CU fan, just awesome. So, dude, come on, Jesse James. I know you want to celebrate. What's going on if you don't want to celebrate? Sports should be fun. Sports should be fun. And if they're not fun, what the hell are we doing, man? What the hell are we doing? We're literally celebrating, getting mad, getting pissed, laughing, crying, cheering, for people on a field or someone on TV. You can't get too worked up about it. It's all entertainment. Where's the game being broadcast? ESPN, I believe. Let me see here. It's not ESPN. I lied. This is a fake news YouTube channel. It's FS1. I might have to start another Fubo account. El Anissa, I appreciate you, Dave. I enjoy when you do live vlogs with Colin and Chico. Yes, man, I love them. They're a lot of fun to talk to. I like going on Chico because he's like one of those guys that kind of more so interviews me. Like I don't have to be kind of the main guy driving it, so that's kind of a fun role to be in. And it was fun to be interviewed by Colin this past week. Um, and then the other ones, it's like I'm normally taking time to interview and that's why I love Colin. Again, he's such a big time personality. He goes on all these adventures. He's always, um, he's doing all these interviews with all the players and stuff like that. I'm like, man, you deserve your time to talk. And that's why I'm glad that, he just tweeted out one day. He said, we're just going to do this on Mondays. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, like that's a big honor. I'm down with that. He just tweeted it out. Ooh, let's talk about who you think the best team in the country is. Oregon is very good, but I think Washington's better right now. If Dan Lanning maybe makes a few different decisions in that game against Washington, I think Oregon gets that win. So they're very close, very evenly matched. And I would assume that they're going to face off in the Pac 12 title game, which is going to decide who gets that. Well, I wanna be optimistic that the Pac will get a bowl bid this year or the college football playoff bid, but I really do feel like it's gonna have to be Washington because well, I don't know. Does a one loss Washington or a one loss Oregon get in there over the Big 12? Because I'm assuming you'll have Georgia in there. You'll have an undefeated Big Ten winner in there. You'll have the undefeated ACC winner in there, which is Florida State. And then it's like, okay, a one-win team from, uh, will it be Texas, or will it be Washington or Oregon? If we're talking about, well, it won't be Washington if they lose because they would likely lose the conference game. So it would be an undefeated Washington gets in there over Texas. Would a one-win Oregon team get in over Texas? I would say yes, they deserve it, but I don't trust the college football playoff committee to make that right decision. I don't. The West Coast always gets screwed. Christian McCaffrey should have won that Heisman years ago. No one watched him. I think Michael Penix right now should win the Heisman, but they're going to give it to Jaden Daniels. That's probably how it's going to go. But yeah, UGA, it's hard for me to go against a team that's back-to-back national champions right now. And I mean, Brock Bowers out hurts, but man, that is a well-oiled machine, out there in Athens. Thank you so much, Nicole. I really appreciate that. I think I'm gonna do like a little virtual birthday party on Wednesday. Have some of my other friends on from YouTube, so we'll see how that goes. All right. Mitch B says Brian Ferentz for OC. Bring him in as offensive line coach. I'm there with you though. Oh, we need him on staff. Are you Waukegan? No, I am not from Waukegan. There was a bowling alley I used to go to all the time in Waukegan. What was it called? It was like Paradise Lanes or something like that. Sunset Lanes, I think. Um, but no, I'm from Grays Lake, so I guess about an hour north of Chicago, and that's where I lived my whole life before I went down to Texas for college, and then had family relocate down there as well, and then been out here um, for 5.5 years when I went to grad school at CU, but raised a Colorado sports fan. So that's why I got the Nuggets, the Broncos, big time Broncos fan. You know, root for the Avs as a kid, but I never really got back into them after moving out here. When the Blackhawks went back on TV when I was in middle school growing up in Illinois, like, that whole run was just amazing. So I'm still a Blackhawks fan. But yeah, that's cool to see other people here from Illinois. I love it. Sean Lewis was not the problem. CU's fans think they are so good, although they have not beat a team with a winning record and have lost to some of the worst in the pack. Um, I mean, does a 4-win team, are they good? I would not say that. But is this a good year for CU? Yes, from like where we are at, if that makes sense. Um, Sean Lewis was part of the problem. He absolutely was. Um, this man could not protect Shador to save his life. And we saw that after there was a book out, couple games of film, he failed to provide any adjustments with his scheme that kept defenses on their toes. They were just kind of teeing off. Um, but more so, guys, my frustration isn't as much with Sean Lewis. Um, I was going to get to this after the season, but I did want to say, like, with Bill O'Boyle, man, like, looking back, and this hit me like a few weeks ago when I was doing a film review on some Sean Lewis stuff after maybe the first like maybe 5 weeks or so, of just like how he's like run some kind of creative run schemes in the past and some different things like that. But I noticed during that film, I think Kent State was taking on Georgia, and I noticed something very interesting on this film. Our starting left guard, who should not have been starting all year because we were assuming and expecting Tyler Brown to come in there and start, as who honestly I think is our best offensive lineman right now. Um, but our starting offensive lineman this year has been Jack Bailey, somebody who I have been critical of because I don't think he's big enough for Power Five football. Like, that's just it. I think he plays with a lot of grit and determination. We need some of that aggression on our line, but sometimes that can't make up for being 280 pounds, right? But I saw in this film, this Kent State film from last year, he was starting at center. Okay. And what like really pissed me off about Bill O'Boyle was when Van Wells went down with that injury in the Nebraska game or at the end of the Nebraska game. I think he finished it, but ended up not playing against CSU. Instead of going ahead and moving Landon Beebe into the starting lineup, or one of our other guards into the starting lineup, one of our backup guys. I mean, maybe Jack Welty was hurt and why this didn't happen. Again, I don't know. But to me, I feel like we had enough veteran guys on the line to where you just move Bailey to center, you play him at center, bring somebody else in to play guard, and that's that. But what Bill O'Boyle decided to do was to put a 270-pound true freshman in, Hank Zielinskis, in there at center. It was absolutely not set up for success at all um, in that game. And he should not have been on the field. You have other guys who have played college football at that level. And to me, it just, I don't know, like it doesn't make any sense to me. If Bailey has played in center in the past, why wouldn't you move him to center then, and move somebody else in to play guard? Again, center's one of the most important positions in football. It just it just doesn't make any sense to me. And man, like I'll be happy for Bill O'Boyle to go. Sorry, man. I gotta hate on baseball, man. I just ever since they got all the guys, they witch hunt all my all the guys. I have these binders of cards, they who use steroids or HGH or whatever, man. I enjoyed watching baseball when everybody was on steroids. I know that's why, like, again, I'm probably minority in opinion, but I'll eat here in a bit. But you can go ahead and start. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, with baseball. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. With like the whole Michigan sign stealing thing, it's like I don't really make too big of a deal with it. I just think they got sloppy. I think, man, all these teams, they're always looking for another edge. All these other teams, they probably do that too. But we should put the earpiece in the quarterback's helmet and just relay the play calls through the radio, like the NFL does. That would get rid of all this sign stealing stuff. Ron Williams. Sean Lewis needs to learn from Josh Heupel at Tennessee. There's a creative play caller. Yeah, I love Josh Heupel. His offenses are really fun to look at. But yeah, I think Sean Lewis will be better because of this. Um, just like many of us, sometimes we have setbacks or situations in which we don't perform at our best, and we learn from that. I don't know if we'll ever get all the answers of why the play calling was the way that it was. Does Coach Prime want to throw the ball quite a bit? Probably. Um, but again, like you got to do some things to ensure that his son just isn't getting clobbered. And even though we've thrown the ball, still a lot since Pat Shermer's taken over, he schemed up some different looks that help get the ball out of Shador's hands a lot quicker, man. Like Sean Lewis, man, if he was calling those plays against Oregon State, they just would have been long developing plays, man, where Shador would have taken way more hits. And I think he'll learn from this, and I think he will be a better coach. And hopefully for the guys that Bill Boyle recruits, they'll be the same for him. What uniforms are we wearing tonight? You know what? I got no idea, man. I got absolutely no idea. So y'all let me know. See, yeah, y'all all coming in. FS1, FS1. Come on, David. Know your stuff. You're getting on here telling people. Man, KB89 was teasing me earlier today, or K89. He's like, man, you're losing credibility when you're picking the bus every week. Well, I guess I lose credibility too when I forget what network we're on. Yeah, Snoop. But the playoff committee, man, they're gonna have a tough job this year. You wish this was the first year for the 12 team because, I think that this is a very, very fun and competitive college football season, and you'd like to see some more teams have some chances, like even an offense like LSU or like a surprise team this year like Missouri. See them get in, right? But yeah, it's going to be a hard year. I just feel like, man, if it's a one-win Oregon team versus a one-win Texas team, as dynamic and as fun as Oregon is to watch, they're going to be going with Texas. Yeah, and again, like I'm not gonna hate I don't hate any of our players, and I'm always gonna be thankful that we've had like these guys choose to come here when they could have gone to other schools. Um, I'm thankful for that, but I think again, man, I don't understand some of the personnel decisions, man. And again, I feel like Bill O'Boyle was covering for his butt, saying that, hey, my guys just aren't strong enough at the beginning of the year when it's clear when you watch the games, they're not communicating. They don't understand what they're doing, how they're supposed to block certain fronts and rushes. I think it falls more on coaching than it does the players. I think this offensive line was set up to fail, and I wish that there was a little bit more instead of just calling out our offensive line of just being trash or whatever. Um, that Bill O'Boyle would have gotten a little bit more um, responsibility put on his shoulders and Sean Lewis for the game that they were calling. But the responsibility's been stripped. Maybe we'll find out if there are any other reasons behind that. But with Pat Shermer having to come in and do the jobs of both of those gentlemen, we've seen improvement. Oh, sweet. We're going the all white. Man, the all white gold lids. Yes, yes, yes. Man, we've had some great uniform combos. I got to say, though, I'm hoping they're a lot better next year. I don't want to see us in any gray primaries when we got a color scheme of black and gold and white. Man, I hate the gray primary jerseys, man. It's ugly. I know silver is technically one of the primary school colors, dude. I don't care. It doesn't look good. Maybe we can have some like camo or something built for or made for Veterans Day weekend next year, or whatever. Because I think that's why we wore it, to kind of like more that military type feel. But man, I hate the gray primaries. I've always hate the gray primary jerseys. Here am I wearing a gray hat. Yes, I know, but that's different. It's different. Yeah, guys, and we've been killing the spread. I think we're 8-2 against the spread this year. Like we've been more competitive than what Vegas has expected. Do I wish, man, again that we got to those 7-8 wins? Yes, 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 yes. Um, you know, but I guess that's the extra homer coming in me, thinking like, hey, there's not going to be as many bumps in the road as others expect. And I expected there to be bumps in the road, but we let a couple games get away from us that shouldn't have happened, and that's without a doubt. DDBB. Damn, I was called a hater for blaming the coaches. No, guys, it's okay. Like, and sometimes I feel like people have a problem with this, which is like, you can hold both things as true. You can be a big time Deion Sanders fan, big time Coach Prime fan, think that he's gonna be one of the greatest coaches ever, and then think that I still want to make Coach Prime here, me as the highest paid college football coach in the country. I want him here at CU for forever. You can hold that as a truth and love what he's doing, love what he's building, and still at the same time be critical of some of the decisions that he's made, and or some of the coaching that's been going on. And I think that applies to both Sean Lewis and Charles Kelly. I think that I've been very patient with Charles Kelly, and understanding that, same with Sean Lewis. But the one thing I will not have patience for is the special teams coaching. Whoever is coaching it, whether it's Trevor Riley or if we have another position, an official assistant, um, coaching that unit, because it's not listed on the coaching staff roster, anybody else overseeing special teams, we got to get rid of them. I've watched a lot of bad football being a Broncos fan and a Buffs fan. This is the worst special teams unit I've ever seen in my entire life. Something needs to change. Guys, please let me know. Have you seen something worse than this special teams unit? I'm telling you, man, do not watch the special teams plays if you got high blood pressure. It's just bad. But yeah, I think some people, man, they can be so quick to say, well, just any kind of criticism kind of viewed as an attack. No, 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 no. I'm sorry you were labeled that way. But these coaches are not perfect. But I think like Coach Prime's done a great job this year. So the format is the 4 power conference winners plus a G5, the best G5 bid, and then it's just 7 other spots. Man, am I in the minority here? The gray with the black lid is fire. Okay. Okay. I'll trust y'all. If you guys send me a gray jersey, I'll wear it. You know, exactly. DDBB. Um, why hasn't Smoke played? I think that I wish I knew the answer, man. Silver is great. They just need to know how to use it. I think they got something in the works for next year. Man, but yeah, maybe we should take a vote sometime on the uniforms. 2024 won't have a schedule full of ranked teams. There will be heavy trench play in the Big 12. Yes, definitely. This was a gauntlet this year, and the Pac-12 was even better than I was expecting. I was like, guys, like again, this is not the Pac-12 of like 5 years ago. It is. They got some good, decent teams in here, but yeah, we've had a tough schedule here. With I think we've played 6 at the time we faced them. It's a total of we've had 6 ranked matchups, and 7 will be Utah, I guess, unless something crazy happens. But we need to beef up those trenches absolutely in the Big 12. Again, coming in like this is something I was wrong on. I was like, guys, I think we can make it through just fine with the lines that we have. on both the defensive side this year in the Pac-12 and the I'm here. I'm sorry. But I was expecting an average line play from us and maybe internet. Let me turn on my hotspot. Might be helpful. All right. Sorry, I went on my hotspot. But what I meant to say was, I thought that we could get through this conference with some average offensive line play. And I think where I was wrong on that was I think we could have done well with average offensive line play. I think at the end of the day, the result is what we got was below average, was like the worst in Power Five college football this year. So it is what it is. But I think we'll have a better record for sure next year. And the expectation right now, my expectation is for us to clean up all of our holes, add some more depth, and go on a great run, be a contender for the Big 12 conference title, and get in that college football playoff. No doubt. Man, I'm in the minority, man, on this gray. I had no idea. Yeah, the blackout with the gold face mask, those were amazing too. Tremaine says, smoke got lost in translation. I saw one game where Alton was begging the coaches to play, but they would not let him in the game. What the heck? And Alton did the right decision, man. Um, I don't understand what's going on with a lot of the aspects of this offense. The only thing that I understand is that Shador is awesome. We got some good wide receivers, right? And Michael Harrison's pretty good, as a catching tight end, right? But there have been some things with this team that, guys, like, if you've been following my channel for so long, it's like there's been some management and roster management things, playing time things where it's like I'm gonna try to make the best sense out of it, but some of it just does not make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. Um, so I don't know, man. Sometimes you just got to be okay with not knowing, right? Black Watch. I'm glad to know you don't like those gray jerseys either. There was a comment about how on one of the well off videos or something, they were saying how no more gray. And I did a video on no more gray. Thank God. No more gray. But I guess there was a change of mind, right? Uh, Y'all hit that like button. Appreciate it. Scorpio vibes. Is it still Scorpio season? It's about to be Sagittarius season. Yeah, and Alton did the right thing on redshirting. We need that man. And again, he, outside of Travis and Shador, he was my next transfer in DDBB that I was most excited to watch. And I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of like similar talented guys. I think Eric Morris, and it was either underutilized or mismanaged, because yeah, we can wonder like, why do we rotate so much? Why do we rotate not enough? That type of thing. We've had those discussions because again, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm traditional, but it's like I would like just the running back room to be a rotation of just two guys, really. Have a guy that comes in there for like 30% of the situations, and then you just have your workhorse, right? That's kind of how I was expecting like this whole thing to go with McCaskill, and then we'd have another spell back. Maybe that's Smoke, maybe that's someone else or Dylan. I don't think I was expecting at all Dylan to get the amount of carries or touches or times on the field that he's gotten this year. And again, there's a question of like, why has he been asked to do the certain things? Because that man has been asked constantly, again, put in position by Sean Lewis to just pass block like freaking crazy. Being a smaller guy. There's some things where our coaching staff has set up these guys to fail, and that's been frustrating to watch. You guys have pointed it out more than me. And Wazoo definitely just cut the internet, man. It's absolutely right. Yeah. I think we've had some hires that were bad hires and didn't work out. But again, when you only have one cycle to build an entire program, there are going to be some coaches that work out and don't work out. Same thing for players, but ultimately, I think we've hit on the majority of those guys that we brought in, which is a good thing. Let's go Sagittarius season. Let's go. All the Sagittarius say yeah. Yeah. Well, Kelly hasn't been demoted. I think you mean Sean Lewis. Kelly's still our defensive coordinator. He's still calling the defensive plays. See, I love that. All right, reading through. Betty Banks says so much is going on that we don't know. Yeah, and Coach Prime is not telling, and rightfully so. I like that he's got sealed lips. I trust Coach Prime, and if if guys not playing and they can help us win, then there's a reason. Yeah, absolutely. All we can do is really just wonder why. And the best we can do is just speculate. Heck, even if I had sources, I'd be coming on here saying this or that. Absolutely not, man. Um, I just really try and make sense of it from what I see, what I hear, what I read, right? But we don't know. But ultimately, Coach Prime's got this thing going absolutely in the right direction, and just like this whole team has had to work through things, Coach Prime's going to get better at managing some of these things moving forward as well. Like, I ain't stressed at all with game management. Some of the game management stuff that he's been criticized for, and rightfully so. He's going to learn and get better at that, man. Like all the coaches, the more you coach in those situations, the better you get. I have no concern over that. Coach Prime can coach. We've seen the results with him at the helm of these teams. Like it's obvious he can instill a good culture. It's obvious he instills a winning culture and he gets players to the NFL. The man can coach. The man knows ball. And like, yeah, like he's only going to get better at some of these other things. Like as time goes on. Man, I love it, y'all. Well, let's see. Score predictions in here. I love this, man. CU 34, Wazoo 31. I think earlier today I said 38, 31. We'll see. Now watch it. It's like I feel like this always happens where you expect one thing, you expect it to be a shootout, and then it's a low scoring affair, right? So maybe that happens. December 7th. I love it. And Tremaine, you're bringing up a great point. Man, I wish we knew what went on with Juju Mitchell, man. He was so good for us in the few games that he played for us. And Omari Miller, like I know that we got a lot of talent at wide receiver, right? But it's like when you see Omari and have a breakout game, do you realize Omari and Miller after his game against USC where he had like a little over 191 yards and a half. I think he only has 2 receptions for like 31 yards since. Or like Tarvarius Dawson had a breakout game earlier this year, and we haven't seen him since. Like, this is things that like Raha and I were talking on like last night about. It's just like doesn't make sense. I know we got other mouths to feed, right? And maybe that's part of the problem, but I would have liked to see both those guys in more this year, and hopefully we'll see more of them in next year. Kelly's doing a great job calling the D. Players need to do their jobs. Yes, 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 yes. We did. I like we did a great job against UCLA. I think. And I think we punched way above our weight for that matchup. Great performance. And Oregon State, I still thought we played good. This past week we really struggled, man, holding that edge with the run. We really struggled with the speed of Coleman. I mean, and they targeted, in the run. If I remember correctly, like it was more so McClendon's side and Trevor Woods' side. Like I don't remember seeing. Granted, guys, I was at the game, had a few beers in me, so y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember like seeing Jordan Dominic just get beat, on the edge when they're doing those off tackle plays and being like, man, what's up with his deal? He can't hold the edge this week. I don't know. Y'all tell me if I was right or wrong on that. But I think we should get answers in this documentary, at least some of them. Just like, Rob, he was alluding to that. But I like Kelly's defense. It's only going to get better when you get more of the dogs in there to like get the pressure with the 4-man rush. Like we're an undersized front 7 right now. And the good news is that right now we have, I think, some great commits coming in here that are really going to boost up and bolster up this front 7. What else I was going to say? Now we'll see who else we can get from the transfer side of things. But I was hoping, man, we could have seen some more development so far with like some of our edge guys. We've seen Arden Walker make a bunch of improvement, which has been great. I think Arden Walker's been great. Mari McNeil, again, he's made a lot of improvement this year. One guy that, man, we just haven't seen a lot. I was hoping that a change of scenery would have changed things with Savell Smalls, man. Former 5-star guy, Washington guy. Didn't play much at Washington. I still don't think has a sack, in college. And man, I was just hoping that, change of scenery, working with Nick Williams or whatnot, this would have been the time where he turned the corner. And maybe that might change tonight. Maybe there will be a surprise player that hasn't played much or hasn't played at all that makes an impact on this game. That would be pretty cool to see. And Justin Black, you're bringing up a great point. We see certain guys playing and not playing. That's why I think, man, this recruiting class should really focus more so on the positions of need. I think we're fine at wide receiver and secondary, to be honest. Like I talked more about the secondary like earlier this morning. If we don't have like a bunch of commits in those areas, like I'm fine with that. Let's go get a bunch of other linemen, linebackers, defensive linemen, edge guys, tight ends. Let's really target those positions. I'm excited to see Adam Hopkins. Yeah, he could have played at a lot of different colleges. And again, Adam Hopkins is another reason of like, if we don't have a big time DB commit this year, like why I'm totally okay with it. Like I feel really good about the group that we have coming back next year with Travis, Omarion Cooper, Cormani McLean, Carter Stoutmeyer, but I feel like we should move him to safety, Adam Hopkins. Does Jaquez still have some eligibility as well? Travis J. Yeah, I agree with you, Justin. And again, it raises so many questions of like, we have these other guys in the linebacker room, but why is it to the point right now where we're having to bring a safety down to play linebacker that is clearly undersized and that was clearly targeted last week by Arizona? Trevor Woods had a rough game, man. Um, and again, I think Rod Ward, he's been what we've needed back there in the secondary, but um, I would have liked to see more like traditional linebackers in there. As much as I love Trevor, Trevor was one of our best players last year. We won one game and he's made some great plays. I think he's got 2, 3 picks for us this year, which is awesome. But if you got to bring him to the bench, you got to bring him to the bench and put in another linebacker. So we just can't be exposed like that. But then it's like, I'm wondering, like, they talk about how Trevor still helps the defense get lined up. Like he understands what Charles Kelly's doing, from a mental standpoint, which is great. But then it makes me wonder, why the hell do we got all these linebackers that can't do that either? You know, um, why is that? It's just a bummer. Yeah, I think DMAC has 9 tackles on the year or solo tackles. Tremaine, thank you for pointing this out that he made a few plays against Nebraska. I remember now that you brought that up. He was on the field against Nebraska. Hasn't been on the field much of late, has he? Justin saying, yeah, I don't know if we'll see a lot of kids enter the portal, but I imagine we'll probably have around the average amount of turnover that college football teams normally have. So I bet that there'll probably be about 15 guys or so, that transfer out or whatnot. Um, if we're talking about like the 100 plus players, if we're including like walk-ons, whatever. That's kind of like what I'm expecting. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on that. Don Peasy saying, best player available. Ohio State doesn't stop recruiting wide receiver, keep getting better everywhere. And that's interesting. And they also, what Ohio State does though, is that, if you're on the field, man, you're just on the field, right? They don't rotate guys a ton, I guess. So that's a great point. And hopefully practice, I assume practice at Ohio State super intense because of that. Man, I'm hoping for a big game from Jimmy Horn, one of our most clutch players. Always makes a big play when we need him the most. That's going to be awesome. Seeing him make some plays tonight, leading our team in touchdowns. Good for Jimmy Horn. Yeah, I think Trevor should go to the NFL. I don't know. I don't know if he's a third or fourth round pick. I see him as a day 3 guy, though. Yeah, he's a smart player, just not a linebacker. We're in total agreement there. I think there were some soft spots in the defense. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. We need another cycle or two to really get to where we want to get, right? I believe Prime could have avoided that by playing some of the other guys a little bit more to give them hope. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. I go back and forth on this all the time because it's like part of me wants to see a bunch of running backs play, but at the same time, you hear me talk about how I'd really just like to see a 2 back rotation with, one guy getting 70% of the snaps. With the wide receivers, I think I'd like to see that more continuity as well, more consistency. Um, but I just think and Javon's made some good plays for us, but having Omari and Cooper out there, maybe instead of Javon Antonio, or, having Tavares Dawson out there, maybe when we're trying to get down the field a little bit more than Jimmy, because he's a faster guy than Jimmy. Um, you know, um, But then Justin, you just bring up a point. Sometimes if you don't involve Jimmy early, he loses focus, and that's where he drops those easy ones. I got to be honest. I don't know if something's bothering him or whatever. I haven't watched any of the well offs this week, so I don't know. But I think that has been a theme with Jimmy where he makes those really hard catches. He always does, which is great. But sometimes he'll drop those gimmies, and I think like I don't know if that hamstring's still bothering him. Rawhide and I have talked about this. Uh, we expect him to be a little bit faster, and I don't know. I'd like to see Dawson on there. He's a big time threat, man. Am I wrong in that I think Dawson's faster than Jimmy, or am I just crazy? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong on this, and I'll shut up. Hey, I appreciate the love, Todd. I love this. Bus fans since the 80s, watching my bus from Mexico these days. I love Mexico City, by the way. Good content. Hey, I appreciate you. Where is Des Moines Kennedy? Man, that's a question we're all asking. Game's at 8:30 Mountain. So 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central, 7:30 Pacific. Yeah, this is going to be a new team when we bring the big guys in. Oh, you want like a link to the thingy in the chat? All right, let me see what I got here. To the poll. It's in the description, but I mean, y'all go vote for this. Go vote for Travis in this poll. No doubt. What else we got? Yeah, we need to place Edwards as a receiver, not a running back. We have flexed him out a little bit more recently, but I'd like to see more of that. No, Jordan Dominic leaving after this year, it's going to be a big loss. Him and Rod Ward, Zay, those guys, it's we got we got a lot of work to do on defense, and that's why I like the idea of moving Travis or moving Carter out to safety. I think that would be interesting. We can keep Jaden Milner Jones in there at the star. And honestly, I would be interested to see if he could put on more weight and get to like 230 and play linebacker. When I was looking at his tape from DeSoto, like earlier on, some of y'all pointed this out too, of like he might transition to linebacker. He might need to do that, which I want to be opposed to, especially since he's already kind of playing that hybrid position right now, that star position. Maybe we just have him go fully linebacker. But yeah, Jimmy still got that speed. I just think Dawson's faster. Maybe I'm crazy. Don Peasy agrees with me, but his route running's not the best. Maybe that's the difference. Thank you for pointing that out. Guys, I'm just crazy, man. I'm just crazy. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, there's not many coaches on the staff that have P5 experience. Yeah. Where was Kevin Mathis before this? Um was he at JSU too? But I've been happy with the work that Nick Williams and Sal Sunseri have done. Um, Linebackers, it's hard to judge. Like I think we've seen improvement with Bentley, but again, I wonder with Andre Hart, what's going on to where these guys, none of these linebackers, are getting in there over a safety playing their position. Like that's never ideal when you have to bring a guy over to play a new position mid-season. What is going on? And I love Andre Hart. Um, but I just wonder, like, what is happening? What are the decisions being made? Doesn't that just make you think? Because again, like I said, there's just things with this team. It just makes you wonder. And you're gonna get a lot of this when again, everybody's coming in new, everybody's assuming or competing to be that guy to get the main amount of playing time at their position. And there's gonna be people that get that, and then there's gonna be guys that don't get that. Yes. I would like to see Omari and Miller involved so much more in the offense. Hopefully, we see that tonight. Trinity High, I believe. Thank you for that, DDBB. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name right. Oh, JSU. Okay, maybe he was at both places. Maybe he went from Trinity with Coach Prime to JSU. That would make sense. But I think Brett Barlone's done a good job with the wide receivers. Um, and again, I think we've seen some development. But Jermaine Moore saying it's not always that deep. Man, maybe they're just not good. Is that what you're trying to say? Maybe that's the case. Yeah, Coach Mo, and I can't wait to see how these guys develop after another, year and off season with Coach Mo. I love that we got a Georgia guy in here. And again, yeah, with Juju off-field problems, it's it's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate. I wish that this was going to be the, his chance, his opportunity to change things. But yeah, we got to get those boys. We got to get those boys. Heck, I hope we get that Iowa guy. I know this is a couple classes away, but man, he's 375. But yeah, man. I just hope Juju learns from this, and I imagine his eligibility is it up after this year. I mean, it's just a tough way to go, man. He was one of my favorite players this year, and one of my favorite stories, from the beginning of the year. And imagine if him and Bentley, man, were playing every week. You know, where this defense would kind of be. All right, y'all. Man, I love doing this. Oh, Jermaine Moore. No, it's about putting your best 11 out there. We all know the safety position was deep. Yes. Yes, I totally agree with you on the deep um on our deep safety group. And again, I would say like, man, are we going to have to get multiple safeties on here at at the same time, like four safeties? And I guess we've kind of seen that. But you're right. It's about getting the best guys out there. I think Trevor could start at a handful of FBS programs, but I think like, again, what do I know? I'm just a keyboard coach, right? Do you think the defense would have better success, if we just had another linebacker in there instead? But man, I just don't know. What do I know? But at the end of the day, there's a reason for why things are happening. And yeah, I think Juju not playing is not a fault of the coaches. It's a fault of himself. I think that's pretty clear. And you're right. If the linebacker group outside of Bentley really isn't in the position to where they trust any of them to be on the field, what are you going to do then? You're going to put a safety in on there, right? In that linebacker position. But man, guys, I'm sorry I'm not like as energetic as normal, since I'm a little under the weather. But nonetheless, I hope you guys know that I'm feeling so good about this game. I can't wait to watch this team play. And, it's just going to be so much fun, but in terms of Juju and all this stuff, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea if it is mental health related and stuff like that, or with anybody with the team. We do have sports psychologists, I believe, and therapists and like licensed therapists to work with all of our athletes, not just football players. So, um, they do have access to that, but I believe it's up to them, to take advantage of the medical care and the psychological care that is provided, the tutoring services that are provided. So, um, it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. So, but again, guys, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. This is going to be a great game. I feel great about the Buffs. Hopefully, we can get that win. I'm expecting a win. K89. Um, you're right. I am picking the Buffs to win this week. So, we'll see. And Jesse James, man, I remember you. Hey, man, you come back here, regardless of if we get the win or the loss, but if we get the win, man, you better come in here, celebrate with us. Come on, nothing to be ashamed about with the victory. when this whole thing's about having fun, man. Absolutely. So thank you guys so much. Oh, did I reach 5K? Dang, that's awesome. Oh no, you put 5K on the buffs. Let's go, beach material. You got balls. I think I was close to 5K subscribers here. Yeah, y'all go vote for Travis. Y'all do it now. Man, 507? Man, y'all are making my day. This is really great. Um, well, beach material, if the Buffs win plus 160, I mean, you're gonna be sitting very pretty, man. So let's go. Let's go. Um that's a sizable amount. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's win that. Be sure to bet ESPN bets because get on there because you get $200, $250 in bonus bets if you use this promo code New York or New York Post News, I think it was. That's how I got my fifth extra $50 bonus bet. So that's going to be awesome. I think that's what it was. So I'm going to eat my Chick-fil-A. I should probably check on the Nuggets game too. And yeah, appreciate all the well wishes, all the engagement. Just all this is just awesome, guys. And I'll be back. I can't promise when I'll be back, but at the latest, I'll be back tomorrow. Talk about the game. We'll see how late it goes. Have fun watching this team, y'all. Enjoy it and Sco Buffs.